Hi guys, it's Blair again, live from New York. This time, and can you read this? Madison Square Garden. I can't tell if you can read that because sometimes when you put camera on writing it flips it, who knows. But I'm live from Madison Square Garden. I'll show you around a little bit before I start boring you with my words. Not only is the actual theatre itself spectacular, but the view is as well. So you might be wondering why for a third day in a row I'm live, but in case you've missed it, we're going to be doing one every single day this week. So you've got me again tomorrow and the day after. Yesterday I did one from Times Square, which was pretty eventful, to be honest with you. I got attacked by pretty much every fictional character that you could think of, including Elmo, Mickey Mouse, the lot of them. So go check that out if you haven't done already. So yeah, I'm live here in Madison Square Garden today, which is the home of so many events, but also two of the major New York sports teams. So we've got the New York Rangers and the New York Knicks. Now the Knicks is a local basketball team, and the New York Rangers is a local ice hockey team. New York Rangers is my ice hockey team, but unfortunately I'm not a Knicks fan. I got into basketball when I was in Miami, so I'm a Miami Heat fan, which is one of their closest rivals, I suppose. So sorry New York, I've been cheating on you a little bit with that, but I have been watching the Knicks games, and when they're not playing the Miami Heat, I have been supporting them a little bit, but they got absolutely thumped last night, so that wasn't great. If I look a little bit more tired than normal, if I've got bags under my eyes, which I'm pretty sure I do, it's actually because this is my first time here today. Because under Madison Square Garden is actually Penn Station. You might have heard Penn Station, it's a really famous train station here in New York. But I was there at like 6 o'clock, quarter to 6 this morning, because I was trying to get to Long Island to go out to a networking event, which began at 7:15. And I got there and I couldn't find my train, couldn't find it anywhere. It's so confusing, and I ended up missing it, and I ended up not being able to go to the networking event, which I told you about yesterday that I was going to, so I was pretty disappointed, especially considering I got up at 5 a.m. to do it, but oh well, these things happen, and I'm going to need to learn how to use Penn Station at some point. But I've actually been to Madison Square Garden this week already, again, because Monday night I came here to actually see a show. I came here to see a Mexican band. Oh, and we're back. Fantastic. Yeah, I came to see a Mexican band called Mana, who were superb. They're a fantastic... They don't really have a market in the UK, so I don't expect anybody to have heard of them, but they are a fantastic band, and they were headlining the theatre here, and you can imagine how big the theatre is, so it was rammed to the ceiling, and it was such a great venue. It's one of the best venues in the world for concerts as well as sporting events, and I can definitely attest to that as well. Yeah, so this is from where I'm staying, from my apartment in New York. This is just a short walk for me, probably a maximum about 15 minutes. In fact, everywhere that I broadcast from today, I've chosen very carefully, because I think the maximum I've had to walk is about 20 minutes. The first one we did was, where was it, Central Park, that's about 20 minutes, and then Times Square, which was actually about 5, so I'm picking these pretty well, but it also shows how central where I'm staying is. It's just fantastic being so close to so many landmarks. I'm staying in Hell's Kitchen, which is the home of the Marvel character Daredevil, if you're into that at all. It's also not the restaurant or the TV show that Gordon Ramsay is in, because so many people have told back home, it's like, oh yeah, I'm staying near Hell's Kitchen. So have you met Gordon Ramsay? No, not that one. But it's pretty much in Midtown, which is anywhere between, if you know the way New York's laid out, it's laid out as a kind of grid system, so the streets are numbered, and the avenues going kind of north to south, and the streets are going left to right. So the streets going left to right are numbered up the way, and the avenues going left to right, up and down way, like north to south, are numbered as well. So Midtown, which is where kind of Hell's Kitchen is, and where a lot of the landmarks are kind of concentrated, is between kind of 30th Street and 60th Street, roughly. And that's kind of where I'm staying. There's so much in there. There's the Empire State Building, the Chrysler Building, the Central Park, Grand Central train station, Bryant Park, and it pretty much ends. Midtown pretty much ends at the start of Central Park. So once you get up to Central Park, you're kind of more into kind of upper east and upper west side. And Midtown runs the whole width from left to right of Manhattan as well. So it's quite a big area, but it's one of my favourite areas so far, because it is properly excellent. Pardon, I'm changing hands because it actually kind of gets me a bit tiring holding the phone like this. But I'll tell you what, right? While I'm giving you my opinion, I could just stand here and show you some spectacular views. I could do that, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna make it difficult for myself again. I'm gonna start going for a walk because I've got a spot I want to hit, and I want to show you. And I'm not gonna tell you why, but I will do in a wee minute. So my opinion of Midtown is that it's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. It's quite, although the area is kind of one singular, it's actually quite split up, because you've got different areas like Hell's Kitchen, and down south's kind of the meatpacking district. But I like the west side, which is kind of Hell's Kitchen, because it's full of like dive bars. Which is more my kind of scene. I mean, you've got the kind of rooftop terrace bars as well, and the fantastic restaurants, but you've also got, you know, the chippies, the $1 pizzas, the Irish dive bars, which is my kind of scene. I like that a lot. And you've also got a lot of kind of touristy stuff as well. And as you walk kind of east, it definitely changes a little bit, and it becomes a little bit more kind of for everyday New Yorkers. I think the west side's a more kind of tourist area, whereas the east side is kind of more New Yorkers, I think, for New Yorkers anyway. But I've stuck largely within my time here. I've largely stuck to the west side of Manhattan rather than the east side. That's just mainly out of location and where my apartment is. To right kind of near my apartment is the entrance to the High Line, which, if you've not seen the High Line, Google image it, because it's beautiful. What it is it's an old railway line which they've transferred into parkland, and it is just a railway line. It's very narrow, but very long. It runs for miles, and it's absolutely stunning. But from there, if you get on kind of Hell's Kitchen area, you can walk straight down into kind of the other areas that are sort of just south, which is like Chelsea and the meatpacking district, and like Western Greenwich Village, and all of these different areas have their own kind of atmosphere and environment, and different kind of atmosphere to them. Yeah, I suppose is the word I am looking for. I really like the kind of Hell's Kitchen area, as I've said, but also down in the meatpacking district is kind of slightly more upmarket, I would say. If you're kind of young, I would say, if you're a young guy or girl, all inclusive, looking for a really nice bar, kind of, if you're in Glasgow, kind of Merchant City type area, then you're looking to go towards the more kind of meatpacking Chelsea area. It's really nice. It's a wee bit more expensive, but it's definitely worth it. Really nice bars, really nice restaurants, and I think it's got quite a good single scene as well. So that's really where you're going to be looking for that. I have ventured east during my time, and I would say that largely within Midtown, though, the east side of Midtown. I haven't ventured as much south as I want. I've been across to see like the UN building, which is spectacular, it's great, but I haven't ventured much further south than that. And what I would say to you straight away is, what I noticed was that on the west side, pardon me, changing hands again, on the west side there's a fantastic waterfront. You've got, you know, the Hudson, and you can walk down to Chelsea Pier, and you've got like Pier 83 and 84 where you can sit and you can watch the sunset. It's absolutely beautiful. You don't really have that on the east side. You've got quite highways and stuff. There's from on the kind of Midtown area, it's different going up and down, north and south, but on the kind of Midtown area on the east side, you're looking at much more kind of highway and busy roads, and it's not quite the atmosphere that you're looking for if you're just looking for a quiet pint. But I would say that if you're kind of moving south, which is where I want to start going, I've not had time to because I've been working and seeing other things as well. But I want to go down and see right down south to the more kind of financial district and Tribeca, Soho area as well. Because you can get some other fantastic sites like the Flatiron Building and kind of Gramercy Park and stuff. There's a lot down there as well, and you've also got like Ellis Island and the Empire State Building. No, sorry, not the Empire State Building. The Statue of Liberty. This is what happens when you're doing things live. But yeah, I've also not been across to Brooklyn as well, which is where you can access it right down the bottom of Manhattan. It's where the Brooklyn Bridge is, which leads across to Brooklyn, as you would expect. But yeah, where am I? Yeah, I would say that from walking to kind of east to south, you do feel a massive change in the kind of atmosphere and environment. I have been very conscious to make sure that I walk everywhere so far rather than using the public transport, because I feel like to get a good kind of grasp of a city, you want to walk everywhere, so that you know the exact locations of stuff, how to get there, and you know how to get there other than just jumping on a subway or a train station, etc. Because for me, I find that just jumping out of the subway is great. You see a lot, but you don't actually know your way around the city, and you don't get a kind of feel for the location of stuff. When I was walking about, you get to kind of know it much better. You get to know the people as well, which is fantastic. Which is really what I've been aiming to do during this time, because I've been trying to meet as many people as possible. Now, I did say at the start here that I was aiming to hit a particular spot and go for that walk, and I have hit that exact spot right now, and the reason for that is up there. A fantastic view of the Empire State Building, and I thought I'd do that for you guys. Thought I'd give you 2 for 1 on this show. So thank you for tuning in, and enjoy the view.